Hello, brothers and sisters. It is March 11th of the year 2015. My name is Leonard Clark, and I'm broadcasting live via YouTube from Phoenix, Arizona. And I just wanted to specifically do this quick YouTube on what happened today in the Arizona State House of Representatives committee called Federalism and States' Rights, some right-wing extremist committee, something like that. Essentially what happened was a Democratic Representative Wheeler from District 10 was threatened with the Sergeant of the Guard. In fact, the Sergeant of the Guard was even called on him to shut him up today. This happened under the chairperson, Kelly Townsend, the notorious Tea Party lady, fanatic, right-wing extremist. You see, what was happening was a bill that was in this committee called Senate Bill 1318, brothers and sisters, called Abortion Healthcare Exchange Licensure, and sponsored by none other than Bartow, Republican extremist, Allen, Republican extremist, that's Sylvia Allen, the lady who wants to gut the open meeting law with her other bill, and Burgess, the wacko little old lady who tried to shut me up about a month ago in the Senate hallway. Anyways, that's another story. Essentially, in this committee, Democratic Representative Wheeler was doing his best to question and ask good questions of those testifying for and against the bill. The rep from Planned Parenthood was there, and he was being basically critically heavily attacked by, I hate to use the name, but Darren Mitchell, who is a Republican from Tempe. Our good friend Thorpe, who tried to outlaw some helper dogs and animals for physically challenged people going in restaurants. And Kelly Townsend, let's not forget her, and our other right-wing extremist Republican friend, Fincham, a guy that, in my opinion, is very creepy and really likes right-wing militias, in my opinion, from judging from the things that he gets in and supports. So anyways, they were attacking the rep, not just asking questions, but it was obvious what their agenda was. This became a referendum against a woman's right to choose, and Roe versus Wade, you know the usual. Except it was more serious, brothers and sisters, in that they are now trying to shut off any woman who needs health care needs to have that shut off and not paid for by the new Health Care Act by our duly elected President Obama. So it was under this context that what occurred with the Sergeant of the Guard. A second person got up, and this was a doctor. And this doctor was running circles around these right-wing extremist inquisitors who were really trying to make statements of fact that weren't fact because they aren't doctors. And basically she was doing a great job of that, and they did not like that. And this doctor was from Tucson, who happens to be a doctor who treats children and delivers babies, and with a great experience, who was showing the Republicans that their bill was really illogical and basically nonsense. And also earlier, Darren Mitchell, when attacking the Planned Parenthood rep, used the word extremist or extremism, and you can all go look for yourselves by tomorrow, hopefully, unless they decide not to put up the video. The video should be available at azleg.gov under the archive footage, and you probably, I think you look under the Committee on Federalism and States' Rights in the State House, and you can watch it for yourself. So that word had been used, extremist and extremism, about Planned Parenthood by Darren Mitchell. Later on, when Democratic Representative Wheeler brought up the fact that he thought this legislation was extremist, they did not like the language. Kelly Townsend did not like it, and she did not like that he was correctly stating that this bill should be heard in health, not in this wacko Federalism and States' Rights Committee that really wants to secede from the nation kind of committee, except for the Democrats that are on there. So they were haughty and arrogant, these Republicans, and Wheeler was trying to ask questions, but then was said he was basically not staying with the bill, and he needs to stop. So when the doctor was being attacked, even though she didn't need the help, she was really kicking arse on these right-wing extremist lunatics, he was told to stay on the subject of the bill. Every time he would try to bring up a point, he was shut up. So at this point, the right-wing extremist not sitting far, probably right next to Representative Wheeler, turned to the Tea Party chair fanatic, Kelly Townsend, and said, "Aren't you going to get the sergeant of the guard at this point?" I think basically it should happen, or to that effect. So at this point, I believe Kelly Townsend, the chair, called the committee into recess and called the sergeant of the guard, to everybody's astonishment, to come after Representative Wheeler. So they went into the back room, and this went on for 15 or 20 minutes, and eventually they all came out. And Representative Wheeler, quite rightly, was not apologetic because he had done nothing wrong. And brothers and sisters, this leads me to the second point of what destroys our progressive movement, helps to destroy it, and our Republican friends and they take advantage of this. And that is, in the Democratic Party, you will find some conservative Democrats and some weaklings who I guess have gotten Stockholm Syndrome. Now, I'm not going to give you some names here, but I know one or two people who have stated to the effect that, well, Representative Wheeler was out of line and he disrespected Kelly Townsend, the chairlady. And, you know, I'm just pointing this out, brothers and sisters, because I believe that these folks are close to some members in the legislature who happen to be Democratic representatives or senators, and it really, quite honestly, pisses me off, because, quite honestly, are you in the Democratic Party, and do you want to get more seats in the House and the Senate? Then stop feeling sorry for the Tea Party fanatics and the neo-fascist American conservatives. Sorry you don't like to hear that word, but you're going to hear it here, because they try to shut me up at the legislature like they do a lot of you, but they're not going to shut us up on the internet. I'm just tired, brothers and sisters, of this backstabbing that goes on. Instead of sticking with each other, at the first sign of being attacked by right-wing extremists like a good Democrat, a quote real Democrat like Wheeler, and by the way, Representative Laredo, she did a great job standing up to these right-wing fanatics. But when time comes to stand up for our Democratic representatives, who really are, quote, real, end quote, real Democrats, we put a knife in their backs. Now, some of you hiding behind your little desks in the legislature or whatever, if you happen to be a Democrat, please don't help put a knife into the back of Representative Wheeler, who stood up today in defense of women's choice against a improper use of parliamentary procedure, a tyrannical part played on the part of Kelly Townsend, the conservative Tea Party fanatic. Please don't do that. We don't need any more begays in our Democratic Party. We really don't. And brothers and sisters, I don't want a few bad apple Democratic representatives and senators to ruin the 99% of the other Democratic representatives and senators who work so hard in our state legislature. Many, many young people are leaving the party because they think, because of these few bad apples, that all of our Democratic reps and senators are not like this. And that is not true. That is why, unfortunately, I will say with the Tea Party, brothers and sisters, they purify their people. They get them out that don't follow their line. Now, we are the Democratic Party. We believe in freedom of speech, of course. But on the other hand, when you have a state senator like Begay, or the three Democratic senators that I pointed out, one of which being Begay again, Senator Begay, Senator Pancrazzi, and Senators McGuire, co-sponsoring with Sylvia Allen the gutting of the open meeting law, their names next to her bill, 1435. When you have these few bad apples doing this, people see this, and they say, well, what the hell? What's the difference between you Democrats and the Republicans? Well, we all know that there's a huge difference. We're for a woman's choice. We are for workers having a union. We are for not starving people, kicking them off of food stamps, off of access, people who have worked all their lives, people who are disabled, you know, the whole line. So I just wanted to let you know what happens. Now, as far as what is the status of Representative Wheeler, from what I could see, and by the way, again, Representatives Wheeler, Laredo, Farley, Cardenas, Contreras, all of you, quote, real, end quote, Democrats, you are my heroes. You are why we need to be down there, because you are constantly surrounded by corporate lobbyists, right-wing extremists, activists, such as Kathy Herod, who showed her face today. And by the way, creepily, when I took her picture, said, "Hello, Leonard. How are you doing?" And I thought, holy cow, this lady, this crazy lady, knows my name. But, hey. But what I'm saying again, brothers and sisters, is We need to be unified. We need to be at the legislature. It does make a difference. I watched 20 or 30 students because I was there all night for the budget. I'm proud that I was there to watch, was proud of our Democratic senators and representatives, except for, unfortunately, Senator Begay, who decided to sell out our Arizona community with Ducey. I was there, and I watched 20 or 30 students from Tucson who essentially came there and said, don't take away our funding for JTEDs, the vocational training that they get so they can earn good money after high school. Well, guess what? It was written into the budget that they got retained much of their funding, or some of it, all because they showed up, they made a scene, they went into Big's office. You probably think, well, everything's gerrymandered, Leonard. It doesn't look good for our redistricting commission at the Supreme Court. But, brothers and sisters, I am telling you, I've seen the hard work you've been doing, and it is paying off. We didn't have, as most of you have been around for a long time, didn't know, you know that we didn't have Facebook. We didn't have the internet. We are outflanking the fascists. Yes, they use the internet too. They are frightened of us. They've tried to shut me down from speaking. Today, Kelly Townsend, on 2 bills after that bill, I had written my name down officially, as well as another person who happened to be a lobbyist, and she tried to pretend we weren't in the computer system. I was shut down on the solar thing. It's happening to other people. It's happened to other activists. We cannot let them shut us up or shut us down. Just like Representative Wheeler, the Democratic representative, and Mrs. Laredo. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but we all grow tired and we think it doesn't make a difference. It does make a difference. Our family, our loved ones are suffering because of these right-wing extremists. And Ducey right now, I know a lot of the public is like, oh, he's a great guy, give him a chance, let him destroy the rest of Arizona. Well, we're not going to do that. Of course, we're about nonviolence, we're about constitutional protest, and if they throw us in jail for that, then shame on them. Because, you know what? We are legion. We are growing larger and more unified with loving humanity. We're going to retake this state of Arizona. I saw you at the education protest. But anyways, of course, you see me going on my rant. I'm going to be quiet, but I want you to know that I will do my best to keep you updated. I'm like you. We've got to work. We have families. It's hard to be there. But our representatives and senators who have to be there, surrounded by corporate lobbyists, it would be nice if we could be there with them. I salute Arizona Advocacy Network, Progressive Democrats of America, DFA, Democrats for America, and all the other movements in the War Coalition, all of my friends. And even if you are not within the Democratic Party, you are progressive. We are brothers and sisters. We need to work together. And yes, I support my brothers and sisters in the Green Party, but I would ask, please don't segregate yourself from this political system. Do as the Greens have done in Europe and in Germany. They succeeded in it for now stopping the building of this nuclear power garbage. Let's stay unified. We have love. They have a lot of money, but you know what? We have love and we have determination and consistency, and the spirit is more powerful than a piece of paper in their hands. So thank you, brothers and sisters. Love you all. And I just had to rant and let you know what happened today with the Sergeant of the Guard being called on Representative Wheeler because they're trying to shut down democracy at the legislature, and we're not going to let them. See you guys later. See you at the barricades. See you at the legislature and at your city council meetings and your school board meetings, brothers and sisters. Everything you do counts. Get on the Facebook. Get on the internet. If you're afraid to, let your friends. And I'm going to let you go with these songs. The first one is by Woody Guthrie, All You Fascists Bound to Lose. That song is in salute to the hard-working Democratic representatives and senators, especially Senator Farley, Cardenas, Representative Victoria Steele with her courageous testimony. And again, watch the committee hearing tomorrow, brothers and sisters. You won't regret it. It was really good. And you will see that our Democrats are working hard. They are not letting us down. All right, this first song, Fascist, All You Fascists Bound to Lose, and the next one hopefully will be a union song, is in salute to those Democratic representatives and senators. And you, brothers and sisters, you inspire me. Thank you. Here we go.
Put it there, boy. We'll show these fascists what a couple of hillbillies can do.
Rush. Sean Hannity, a man who never wore the uniform a day in his life.
Well, I'm going to
Guthrie, American legend. Blues, you fascist bound blues. Oh, you fascist bound blues. Oh, you fascist bound blues. Oh, you fascist bound blues. You bound the blues. You fascist bound the blues. Oh, you fascist bound the blues. Oh, you fascist bound the blues. Oh, you fascist bound the blues. You bound the blues. You fascist bound the blues. All right, brothers and sisters, this next song is going to be a union song. This is in salute to all of my union brothers and sisters who gave us the 40-hour work week, basic rights to not be indentured servants. Thank you, union brothers and sisters. They paid with their lives. They paid with their jobs. They've suffered a lot. Thank you, brothers and sisters. This song is for you. Which side are you on? Pete Seeger. All right, brothers and sisters. God bless you. Have a good one.
From all of you good workers, good news to you I'll tell of how the good old Union has come in here to dwell.
God bless you, brothers and sisters. Which side are you on?